Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Retro Pop Planet. And today we are back with another thrifting adventure. Now, due to the holidays and the end of the year, this video was actually filmed over the course of 2 months. I think I went to 10 different thrift stores, multiple Goodwills, my favorite, the Unique Thrift. We also went down to the Be Thrifty and a couple little smaller independent thrift stores. I also went to a number of other different thrift stores just when I was out and about on lunch breaks. In some cases, I didn't even bother taking footage because there was just nothing to see. And I don't want for these videos to get boring, so I made sure that when I was compiling this that I was actually getting a chance to see some of the more interesting stuff that you can find at a thrift store. So without further ado, let's get on the road. Okay, let's start this adventure off. We are at the Clock Tower Thrift. I think it's a small independent thrift store, and to be perfectly honest, I have never really found a whole lot in here. Just checking out the game room, and I see that there is Futurama Volume 2. Looking around the room, they do have a lot of clothing in here. And checking out the Cal Ripken record bottle from Coca-Cola, that's pretty cool. And the Washington football team, world champions, I think this is, 1983. And Richard Petty. I actually met Richard Petty years ago in Chicago at a conference I was working. And somebody's little terrarium project listed at $8. They probably could have sold this on Etsy for $8 instead of donating it. It's pretty cool. And the wall of media. Again, this is kind of daunting. Nothing really that unusual. However, this Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Leave me a comment if you know what language this is. I wasn't really sure if this was Russian or Greek. And Rally Sport Challenge. I'm not really familiar with this game, although the rally racing games in the late 90s, early 2000s were pretty popular.
Hard right.
Going through their video game collection, they actually have a pretty good collection of video games. I'm not interested in any of these though, but this caught my eye. 1940s cartoon favorites. I am actually familiar with Gabby.
All's well, what's a rainy day?
And it's unopened. And then this is the locked cabinet behind the counter. I'm trying to be stealthy here, but I didn't find anything. On to another Goodwill. Going through their record collection. This is always hit or miss. Mother Goose Stories. I think I have that one. A lot of old stuff. And then our buddy Bill Cosby. I can't seem to get away from these. Somebody has completely turned in their entire Bill Cosby collection. There's another one. Nobody's gonna buy them. And then Burl Ives. Burl Ives, the singing cowboy. You may think you don't know Burl Ives, but you do.
Silver and gold, silver and gold.
And looking through their media, I am actually kind of on the fence about finding an old cassette player. There's some pretty cool tapes in here. And this looks like it was from a Hollywood video or a Blockbuster video. Dead Poet Society. And then I find Firefox. In my last video, I bought the DVD. This is a pretty cool box art. And Please Rewind tape. Again, I'm trying to figure out. I think that was from a grocery store rental. And their gaming section is just kind of blah. Lots of sports titles as you would expect. Call of Duty 4. None of these are really worth anything. And clearly they've been picked over. We're on to another Goodwill where I come across this Uno Rummy Up. I used to play this game all the time with friends. And Hardy Boys, oops, fumble fingers. It's really hard to film yourself and hold these items in one hand. But I used to love the Hardy Boys. This is a pretty cool collection. Halo. I beat one of the games, but I've never read any of these books. And I thought this was kind of a cool coffee table book, real art, movie posters from, I believe, the 30s and the 40s, maybe even older than that. I find the artwork in these completely fascinating. And these King Kong pieces are beautiful. I would love to have full-size wall art. Bela Lugosi. This looks like it's from a collection of Dracula favorites. And I'm coming through and I just pulled out Rules of Engagement. It's a pretty good movie. It was filmed local to me, and one of my buddies from college is actually an extra in the movie. And this was pretty awesome. They had Tomb Raiders 1, 2, and 3. Shout out to Lara Croft. Tomb Raider 1, I thoroughly enjoyed. I played through the entire series. I couldn't wait till the next one came out. Tomb Raider 2 is actually a very fun game. Tomb Raider 3, I don't remember as much, but I know I played this one also. These are all PC Engine games, and I don't really have anything to play them on. Now, this caught my eye. Michelle talking Full House doll. I've never seen this before. This is pretty amazing. It's so retro 90s. And there's Michelle herself. She's actually in very good condition. Her hair's a little messed up. Unfortunately, she just does not talk.
You got it, dude.
I think it's one of those record players internally. You could probably get her to work again, but it's not worth it. And I always enjoy seeing these ski sets from the 80s. That they're so retro. It's awesome. I love that color combination. And this Pook bike at another thrift store completely caught my eye. This is a 1970s SDP model. Pook is out of Austria. This would have been an amazing restoration project. However, it's listed at $99. If it was for sale for maybe $15 to $20, it might have been worth it. But as you can see, this thing it needs everything. I think you would strip it down to the frame and restart with this bike. And as you can see here, the theme is overpriced items, $50 for this plane. It's an RC plane, very cheap. And again, here's another one listed at $50. You can get a really good modern digital one for $50 to $80 now. And here's the wall of old PC games, lots of Guild Wars. This thing has been scavenged. A few DS games and a couple Wii games. And then in their locked cabinet, you've got several DS games, you've got some Game Boy Advance, nothing very good, and huge price tags. This Atari Game Center is pretty neat, but again, $20. I don't actually see what the prices are for these individual games, although some of the classics in there. PS1 Slim controllers, again, overpriced. See, again, these are just overpriced, overlisted. Garfield, I see these everywhere. These McDonald glasses are great. I always see this one particular glass. I have a feeling this is the one they overmade. Harry Potter cookie set. I think this is a Williams Sonoma. I am not a baker. Who sends a dentist chair to a thrift store? All I could think of was this.
Where's Jennifer today?
Oh, she's over at Dr. Sussman's office. Yeah, we find it fun to swap now and then.
So weird. I thought these glasses were original, but they're 2014 Viacom. They do have that classic 90s look, however. Talk about your earworms. This commercial, or this series of commercials, was on all the time when I was a kid.
You got the right one, baby.
Furbies, these things are super creepy. And Xbox with Call of Duty, overpriced. In the locked display cabinet, they've got a bunch of games. None of them are actually that great. And in this Goodwill, I come across this Mickey Mouse Jedi Starfighter. I have no idea what this is. I looked it up while I was in the store. This is an exclusive Disney theme park Mickey, and they list for $75 to $100, but this one was missing everything. I'm looking at the box art for Star Trek. This is beautiful. Going through records again at Goodwill, and I come across Smurfing Sing Song. This is how you should review records, and as you can tell from this one, it is trash. It's never gonna play again. It has zero value. So when you're buying records, make sure you analyze everything. And this, guys, we will discuss in detail. But now let's get something to eat. Here's a 1966 Ford, very similar to mine, although this one is trashed. And we're gonna go to Willards Real Pit BBQ. This place is amazing. I go with the rib platter. This is my go-to. The macaroni and cheese and some dirty rice. And now that I thoroughly have the meat sweats, let's go through what I purchased at the unique thrift store. These are 3 Game Boy Advance games. We have Simpsons Road Rage. We have Pac-Man Pinball. And we also have Tack. And the true prize of this video is the Nintendo Game Boy I got for $50. The price tag listed at $60, but I had a $10 credit. When I came across this in the unique thrift store, I was blown away. So much so that I forgot to take any video of this. Super, super clean Game Boy. Non-yellowed, has all of its stickers attached.
They said it wasn't humanly possible. All the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the outrageous new game Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use Video Link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Scratch-free glass, and it came with 2 games. I got Tetris and Roger Clemens Baseball, and it works great. This was somebody's much-loved toy, and I have no idea why it was in the thrift. This is surely a grail item. Okay, we're back. As you can see, there was not a lot to be had, but boy, the final thrift store of this video, and this was real life, was the ultimate haul. That's right, it is the thrifted original OEM Game Boy from 1989. Now this thing is in unbelievably incredible condition, and it also came with Tetris and the Roger Clemens baseball game. I have a feeling that because of the condition of this Game Boy, this has been sitting in this case for years. At any rate, it was incredibly well taken care of, and just a minor bit of surface cleaning, and we have a really incredible example of Nintendo technology. I have been on the search for an original Game Boy for years, and they are incredibly expensive on eBay. The local retro gaming shops usually list them around $100, half working condition. This thing is perfect. I will say for the age that I consider this top shelf. And let's just re-emphasize the fact that this was a thrift store, meaning someone donated this. It wasn't a consignment store, it wasn't a pawn shop, and it wasn't a flea market. This was something that somebody donated. So yes, you can find retro gaming stuff at local thrift stores. However, it is almost impossible. This is years of searching. Even the Game Boy Advance games are getting to be really hard to find at thrift stores. Generally, you'll see like the Leapfrog gaming devices. Any of the cartridge-based gaming devices are virtually impossible to come across nowadays. And because I'm a member of this particular thrift store, I got a $10 credit. So for $60, I got the case, 2 games, I got the original Game Boy, and I got an additional 3 Game Boy Advance games. So let's just do a quick rundown, right? If you were to go on eBay right now, you're gonna see Game Boys listed anywhere from $65 to $80. The case, anywhere from $20 to $30. Tetris usually retails around $20 to $25. The Roger Clemens game is really not that expensive, probably around $4 to $5. And the 3 Game Boy Advance games, each one retails for around $5, with the exception of The Simpsons. That one is around $20. So I got a lot of 3 for $9. So I don't know if any of my future videos are gonna be able to top this. If you wanna stay up to date with this series and all my other videos, you know what to do, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. If you like this content, please like it, share it, leave a comment, let me know how I did. And I'll catch you on the next time, guys. See ya.